Good morning, BHS. I'm Max Rusega from BSDN, here to interview Mrs. Safarik, the head of the Boardman Bugle. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
So my first question I want to ask you is, what made you want to be the head of the Bugle?
So when I was in high school, I was the editor of our school newspaper. So I really wanted to get back involved with it when I came to Boardman. And then when it came open this year, I was really excited to take over and get involved with the program.
Can you tell me just a little bit about the history of the Bugle?
Yeah, so the Bugle's been around for a long time, and it has a great reputation. There's been a lot of times where students have gone on to be journalists. In fact, there was one that was going to come to speak to our club eventually. So it's just been a program that has been really, beneficial to Boardman and created a lot of journalists. So as I took the job, I was hoping to, continue to inspire the next generation of journalists.
Yeah, and you just said that you had someone go into journalism for that. So can you tell me what you believe the values of being a part of the Bugle are?
Yeah, so I think for one, it's at base level, it's just getting to know other people. So my students always have to interview and talk to different people and, get other people's perspectives. And I think that's so important, not just as a journalist, but as a student. So just the opportunity to meet new people and sit down and have a conversation with them. And then I also think it's important to strengthen their writing skills. So we so far this year have produced 7 papers. So my students have written a lot of articles, and it's just very apparent from the beginning, to where they are now, how much the writing's improved. So I would say, it's a combination of all of those things that is really beneficial to the students.
Now, I know that the students are the ones that work on the articles and all these things. And when the final product comes together, how much oversight do you have in the final product?
Yeah, so all the students submit their articles, and we actually use Google Slides as our platform, which is free and it's really nice. It's really user friendly. So then we kind of just sit in a large circle and we peer edit. Lizzie Amstutz is my editor in chief this year, and she is fabulous. She has a really critical eye for when we go over things. So I try to just be a facilitator and let them make the corrections, because I think that's so important. So in the beginning of the year, I have a little bit more influence, and then I try to lessen that as the year goes on and put more of the responsibility on them.
All right. So this year has been a challenge for all of us, COVID and all those things. Do you think that COVID, being a part of the Bugle, do you think it has helped or hurt you? I mean, almost like giving you opportunities for more stories?
Yeah, so just as COVID as a whole, it's been an interesting thing, because I have 12 people on staff and 6 people are remote and 6 people are in school. So to have 6 staff members remote, when we're writing stories about school, and what happens here, has been a challenge. But those students have really, risen to that challenge and have done a great job. As far as the stories go, we always say, like, every issue seems like we have something COVID related, because it's our reality right now. So I would say, it's been a unique opportunity to, have the students write so many different stories on COVID, because there's so many different aspects of it. There's how it affects school and sports and, the things that our students look forward to, like homecoming and prom and everything. So we've definitely had quite a few opportunities through COVID to write stories.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Maybe like put your word out there for people who want to join?
Yeah, so we really are trying to increase our, membership of the class. It's a full year class, and the more students we have and the more writers we have, the more perspectives, we have for the paper. So that's important. We're really looking forward to growing our program and just getting more people on board. I think it's a fun class. It's a little bit different than your normal class. We learn about journalism, but it's also workshop based. So, we're doing half the time we're learning journalistic techniques, but the other half we're, sitting down talking about our articles and peer editing and things like that. So I think it's a really, unique opportunity when you're in high school to take a class like that.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much for joining me today.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
From BSTN, I'm Max Rusega. Have a great day, Spartans.